interesting how we're being told right now that if we don't get the V, ACCINATION, if we don't get the V, I'll just call it, then we are basically murderers. We're destroying other people's lives. We're clogging up the healthcare system. You know, we're basically a pest in society, and we're making everyone else's lives harder. It doesn't matter if you're healthy. It doesn't matter how you treat your body. It doesn't matter if you exercise every day, what kind of foods you eat, whether you're taking drugs or not. All that matters is, have you gotten the V? Likewise, if you have gotten a V, then it doesn't matter if you're morbidly obese. It doesn't matter if you eat fast food a few times a week, if you never exercise, if you are doing drugs. All that matters is that you got the V. Therefore, you are accepted in society. Therefore, you're doing the right thing. Therefore, you are a good citizen. It's completely illogical. Nobody is talking about preventative care. Nobody is talking about natural immunities. Nobody is talking about basically anything other than whether or not you've been V'd. And it reminds me a lot of the narrative that used to be prevalent years ago, which was a religious narrative telling everyone that if you don't get baptized, then you're going to HE double hockey sticks. I actually went to a little play when I was a little girl with my neighbors who were very religious. My family was not religious, but I wanted to go to this play with my neighbors. And during the play, they showed a series of different people's lives, actors, of course, but the actors would play different characters. One was a mother and daughter, another was a couple of friends who were construction workers, and in each situation it would show that one person wanted to go to church, one person was going to church and trying to accept Jesus Christ into their life, and the other person was always supportive but not interested in going to church. But not bad people, neither of them were bad people, and the one, particularly the one character who was not going to church, was never portrayed as a bad person. They were just somebody who wasn't interested in church. And with each of these characters' situations, one of them would die, they would both die. One of them would be dragged to hell by demons, that one being the person who didn't go to church and didn't accept Jesus Christ into their life, and the other one would be taken up to heaven by Jesus. And these scenes were horrific. The one with the mother and daughter, I mean, the daughter was like screaming and crying, and the mother was screaming and crying as the demons dragged the mom down to hell, and then Jesus came down to the daughter and consoled her and brought her up to heaven. But it's like, it didn't matter that the mom was supportive of the daughter going to church. It didn't matter that the mom was a good person. It didn't matter that she was doing a great job raising her daughter. It didn't matter what kind of character she had, what kind of person she was. All that mattered was that she wasn't going to church, she wasn't baptized, and she didn't officially accept Jesus Christ into her life. The same goes for this V and COVID situation. It doesn't matter how you treat your body. It doesn't matter, whether you exercise or whether you're overweight or not overweight, or it doesn't matter the different health conditions you have. It doesn't matter how old you are. They're expecting children who aren't even at risk of severe illness from COVID, they're expecting them to get the V. And all of these mandates coming out, well, you can't work here anymore if you don't get the VACCINATION. Sorry for all the spelling. It doesn't matter. None of the variables that affect whether you get this disease or not, and if you do, how severely it affects you, none of those are being talked about. It doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is that you get the V, get in line, shut up, and get with the program. It's irrational, just like joining the church, expecting people to join the church or they go to hell was irrational. This is normal. This is basically normal. Our societies have these narratives that come around every once in a while to influence the population, coerce people, guilt people, just get people in line. This is one of them. It's no different. Don't be fooled by the propaganda. And I don't know. I guess it would be really good for all of us to take as good of care of ourselves, our families, our minds, our bodies, our spirits as much as we possibly can right now, Start meditating, start praying, start reading, start being as honest as you can, start following Jordan Peterson's 12 rules for life. Because we are up against a serious monster right now, I think, and I don't think there's any turning around. But just remember that it's irrational, and don't be fooled, and don't be coerced.